Good evening, everybody. Back again on the stream. It's been a little bit of a break, a couple of weeks, I think. We're going to stream a bit of One Piece tonight. Cat's trying to get in through the cat flap, and curtain in front of me's going nuts. Anyway, we're going to play Blue Yellow Ace, and we'll see how that goes. I've been doing okay. Now that I don't time out every single match. And this is the list. So, yeah, it's all built around this dude. Portgas D Ace. So yeah, this is Ace. So this entire deck is built around Ace's main leader ability. So put 2 Don under him and then activate it once a turn. So just looking at the top 5 and you're trying to find one of your this ace, or the 2 Luffys that you've got, which you put on the top of your life face up. And then what you're trying to do is then use your other cards to then take it off of the top of your life for free, which will then also give you a leader in effect. So the caveat with this is that at the end of your turn, all your face-up cards in your life go to your trash. So if you find something and you put it on top of your life and then you don't have a way to use it, it goes to your trash at the end of the turn. So it's a bit of a waste. So really, I've been focusing on with my build on this, really maximizing, trying to make sure you can always use that card. It really sucks when you whiff and you don't find a 5 cost, or you just don't have any way to find one of the little brothers in your hand, but we'll get into that. Yeah, so that's your leader. I'll come back to some of these. So yeah, you've got 5 cost blocker ace that is draw 2 and then put 2 on the top of your deck or your bottom of your deck. And then there is 5 cost rusher ace, 7k, that if you've got 2 or less life, it has rush, which usually you can get down to 2 life pretty easily. That's kind of where you want to be sitting. The thing I've realized with this card is it's an on-play trigger. So if you have 3 life and then you play this and then you lose that life through something else, it doesn't then just get rush and can attack. You have to be on 2 life when this enters play, which it says on the card, but I didn't realize that. And then Luffy's, we've got this 5 cost Luffy, which trashes a card from your life and draws you a card and pumps himself till the start of your next turn, which is handy, although I find I don't use that all that often. And then the Rocket Luffy 5 cost as well, that you can KO some opponent's creatures or an opponent's creatures. Or another thing I realized with this is you can pay the cost. You can place this card in the trash, and then it then says, if your life is 2 or less, KO up to one of your opponent's cost 4 or less characters. So if you forget that you don't have 2 life and you trash this dude, you've just thrown in the trash for nothing, which is fun. So they're the ones that you're trying to find. And then what you're trying to combine those with is the little brothers. So we have this dude, Little Ace, and Little Luffy. So the 2 cost versions. And they have the same ability, one's for Ace, one's for Luffy. So look at the top card of your life, which usually you know what it is. You've set that up and you know it's face up. If the card is a 5 cost Ace, or if it's the Luffy, if it's 5 cost Luffy, then you can play it. So you don't have to pay any cost for it. And then your leader gets 2k plus 2k until the end of your opponent's turn. So that is really important because it means that your leader, if you can proc this every single turn, it means your leader is a 7k leader every turn, which is quite nice, as I'm finding out, although sometimes that's still not enough. So yeah, basically you're trying to put these ones on top of your library and then find these dudes and then play them, sack them, and put the bigger version into play, have your leader be pumped. So usually you've put 2 Don onto your leader to do the ability, so it's a 7k, and then when you proc this, it then becomes a 9k for that turn, so you can bash in for 9, and then stays as a 7k in your turn. I have had a few times where I've managed to get it twice in the one turn. If you can, if you're at 10 Don, you can stack the top of your life a couple of times, and if you've got a couple of the little ones in your hand, you can do it multiple times, which is pretty cool, but doesn't happen very often. So then to help us find these little brothers, we've got Monkey D. Garp, which was from the starter deck as well. 1 cost, 2k, that looks at top 5 of your deck, and you can put a Sabo, Ace, or a Luffy into your hand with a cost of 5 or less. So this can find the small ones or the big versions, and then the rest go on the bottom of your deck in any order. This dude's awesome. It's a dude with a good ability that's helping you to find your stuff. I'm playing a couple of the events which do the same thing, except it's not a creature. What are they called in character? They're called characters in One Piece. But I feel like I've actually been playing 4 of these for a little while, because I just feel like you kind of don't have much to do on turn 1 usually, or even turn 3 turn 2 if you've got 3 Don. So having these making sure that you can filter through your deck and find the little brothers is pretty handy. Then we've got Flampe, which if you put a card on top of your deck that you're unable to use, whether you put a 5-cost Ace or a Luffy or something and you don't have one of the little ones to get it out, you can take the card from the top of your life and draw a card, so pretty good. Also a 2k counter. The other thing you can do is if you need it or if you don't hit an Ace or a Luffy, you can often put a Satori on the top of your life, which is another 2k counter, and then pick it up with Flampe, which is quite nice, and it replaces itself. It draws a card, so that's good. Hiyori is super helpful. She lets you take the top card of your life or the bottom card. I don't know why you would ever take the bottom. Maybe you've got a card that you want to make sure you leave on top, and then replace it with something from your hand. So you can, if you use your leader ability and you look at 5 and you go, okay, I'll put a Satori on the top. You can then use Hiyori to take the Satori off the top, gives you a 2k counter in hand, and then replace it with an Ace. Then you can play the small Ace and trigger it. Yeah, then we've got Charlotte Pudding. I think this should be a 3 or a 4 of this. The amount of times you play this and then your opponent comments in chat, oh, you screwed me up with that. Yeah, so a lot of people are, filtering through their hand, crafting their hand, finding what they want, and then you Charlotte Pudding, they put all their cards in their hand on the bottom of their deck, into their deck, shuffle, and then just draw 5 cards. So often people are sitting there with 7 or 8 cards in hand or more, and you can just reset them back down to 5 is really helpful, and it's a 4k for 4, so it's pretty good. Boa Hancock, I've just put these back into the list with some interesting art. I'm assuming I've seen a few lists with this in. I'm assuming there are some characters that you want to make sure can't attack you. I've had it come up a couple of times where it's like, yep, okay, shut down that dude. I just don't have to worry about that for next turn. Seems good. Yeah, so I'm just sort of trying this out at the moment, and then a couple of effectively removal spells. If you get that annoying one that you have to attack into, is it Eustace? Opponent's turn, if his character is arrested, your opponent cannot attack anything other than character's name Eustace Captain Kidd, and it's an 8k, so it's just annoying to get through sometimes. So having something that can just put that on the bottom of your library and away we go. So that's the deck. There's plenty of other people who've been playing this on YouTube and stuff, so similar list to theirs, but I've been having a bit of fun with it. So, we'll jam some games. All right, so we're playing against Zoro and Sanji. I've never seen this. Set up to one of your power 7k or less characters is active. Okay, interesting. This is a nice opening hand. We've got 3 of the little ones, so we keep that. We are going second, which is good for us as well. I think you want to be going second with this deck. You got a lot of 2s that you want to be playing. I haven't set I've still got the settings where it's not automatically drawing Don and stuff. I'm assuming we can probably roll one of these dudes out here fairly safely. Not playing against black. I don't know how much removal is in all the different colours. We've got 2 aces, so we might as well just roll one out. Yep. Happy to take that. I'm kind of fine to go down to 2 life pretty quickly. So hopefully we can look at 5, find something. All right, so we've got an ace. So we whack an ace on the top. We usually put the little versions at the top. You do filter through, like 5 at a time, you filter through this deck pretty quickly. So it is worthwhile doing, I think. So we can activate this dude. He's got nothing worth attacking. So now our leader gets pumped, and then we've got a spare 2k, so we can Garp if we want. I'd probably just play another. Might just drop down a Luffy. $9k attack. They're unlikely to counter out of that. Yeah, no rush on the ace because we are at 3 life. Straw Hat Japes. Obviously a One Piece fan. Alright, what are we doing over here? Goodwood Weevil. That's this dude. 4 cost 6k that draws a card. 7 into 7. I kind of want to be down at 2 life. So, no block. We're not going to counter. We can cast this Satori now, which I don't know if he's right or not. I think I'm going to. We do have a bit of counter in our hand. I'm going to cast it. I have to trash. I like literally never do this. Let's just trash her. Nice. Just gives us some more attackers next turn. 7k, 7k. Not blocking. I think we want to counter here though. Which we probably have to counter. Jeez, they are just pushing in hard. Alright. Probably could have taken that there. Pudding would be nice. Alright, so we've got 6. So potentially we can... No, I've got no way of setting up top of our library twice. Ugh. So we can put blocker ace and then play the other ace from our hand. Play this ace. I'm still unsure on like sequencing orders that I should be doing things in. I think I want to do all this stuff first because it then makes my leader bigger. So I'm probably going to put some cards on the bottom. I ideally want to set up a... If I had a little brother and a big one in my hand, I can put those two on top. Keep them safe from a pudding. You could see puddings in this list. These are 2k counters, so I think I'm likely just going to put these two on the bottom. Keep 6k of counters in my hand. So we can go like 7k, 7k, 9k attacks here. And then we've got a blocker, our leader's at 7k. We've got a ton of counter in our hand. Taking it. Probably going to lose these dudes in our turn. Yeah, pudding would be fantastic. Okay, that's 10 cards. It's 9 o'clock deal. Countering out. That is a lot of cards to check out. Yeah, and we're done. So do we want to, if they're going to go after our dudes, do we want to keep them alive? Like we've got 2k counters in here. Probably not a bad idea. They're down to 1. We can just smash them in their turn. I'm probably just going to don up. No? Okay. Going after it again. I mean, we've committed once to trying to save it. Is it a sunk cost thing where we should just let it go? Let's just... Geez, they really want this Satori off the field. So we can keep it alive, and then we've just got, like, oodles of attackers next turn. let's just keep fight over this Satori. I have no idea if that is any sort of right line of play. I've got no cards in hand, so it's not ideal. I've got a blocker. Unblock, draw one card if there are 5 or less cards in your hand. Okay, well, don't have that. Flampe. So I guess we dig and see what we get. We might be able to take take a Rusher Ace off the top with the Flampe. Nope. We did get a Luffy, so Luffy can kill the blocker. So if we take that, then we can play this. Take that. Ooh, we got a pudding. Not as useful now. But this can kill this. And then we can do some attacking. It's not a lot. And then we probably just die next turn, but whatever. Let's replace this. And there's a little brother. At least got a couple of counters in hand. See what you got. How many counters have you got? All right. Got to spend 3 cards. All right, so they're down to 3 cards in hand. They've been pitching 1Ks. They have to have 3 1K counters on it. No, they have to have 2 1K counters left in hand. If I attack with this, and they counter out, I'd probably just die. But I can also go for the win. Do it. YOLO. Hey. Okay, so I only had a 1K counter left. Yep. Nice. We started with a win. Huzzah. I forgot to change the settings. We're still manually drawing cards. We'll go second. So this is an interesting hand. If we were going first, I think this is an okay keep because we've got 2 ways to dig. Going second, I think we can mulligan and hope for a better hand. All right, well, we got 1 and a Garp, so that's fine. Lots of similar cards in these 2 decks. So they're playing black, but they don't actually play removal. So we could just roll out an ace here, which I think we're going to do. No block. Take that. No trigger. All right, found another ace. That's good. Garp, just getting jiggy with the Garp. I'm fine to take this. Puts me down to 2. Do we want to kill this Garp? Probably not a bad idea, to be honest. Just gets it off the field. All right, let's see if we can find a Rusher Ace. That'd be nice. Oh, nope, don't do that. Get Don on first. Hey, here we go. So we can put this on. I don't really care what order any of those are in. We can't put enough Don on this dude to attack, but we can probably just play another one. So let's just... attack him 7K and 9K. Now they want to be down at 0. So I kind of want to take them down to 1. let's just play another one. It's bedtime, Dill. Draw card. Okay, so I just played Luffy. Sorry, I was looking away for a sec. So we've got 6. So Boa Hancock here could stop this dude from attacking, which is not bad. They have put the thing on it. So we've got an ace. We can don up ace, try and find another rush ace. We do have Hiyori in hand, so if we don't find an ace, we can swap it with blocker ace from our hand. It might be better. Yeah, let's do that. I don't know, again, I don't know what the correct line of play is, because I have been playing this game for about a week. Alright, we found another ace, so we can play blocker ace. Crack that. So that gives us 4 don. So we could don up this dude and get in with an attack with that, that, and that. Might not be a bad idea. Don't use his ability before you've attacked with him. Counter out, that's fine. Got a lot of cards in hand. Counter out with a couple of extremely expensive Sabos. Alright, so now we get to place top or bottom. So we don't have any brothers in our hand, so we probably want to put some cards on the bottom. So we probably don't need another event because we've got a Garp. We've already got a Flampe, but it is a 2k, so we might... We've already used a couple of aces, so I think we'll put this other ace now on the bottom. Flampe. Alright, so this is where they start stacking their deck. Yep. Double Sabos. Solid turn. Now they have an extremely large leader. So their leader is 9k. I think I kind of want to counter out of this. They're on 0 life. They don't have much cards in hand. I've got counters for it. Oh, this dude's a blocker. That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah, it puts me in a not good position. Double blockers. Ugh, gross. I think I counter out and we'll see what they do. Let's not block. Counter. Counter. Probably send Luffy. Yep, 11k. Okay, that's fine. Yep, we'll lose it to that. Or we could throw the blocker in the way. Yeah, let's block. That's a better... Keep the 7k. Alright, so their dudes are immune to being KO'd. We've got to get to 9k. We've got no little brothers in hand, so we need to put 4 Don on. Got 4 Don on this. Without triggering the leader ability on this, it's just not a lot. What do we have to do? We've got no... We'd have to do Garp, find a brother, use the leader ability. So that's 1. So that's 2 there. 3 from Garp. 2 for the little brother. Leaves us with 3. Puts Ace at 10k. But they're just going to double block. Alright. I think we're better off trying to get a 7k leader. So let's find what we've got. Okay, so we've got an ace. Although we've only got 2 aces left in our deck. And we found one. Okay, sure. Got skills. Alright, that gets us at least a 7k leader. We've got a bunch of counters in hand. And a 9k attack. So we can maybe go 9k, 9k, 8k. Or 8k, 9k, 9k. The leader is 9k already. So I'm attacking into Luffy. Alright. Use the 2k counter for that. Interesting. So do we attack Luffy again, or do we go face? Use up the blockers. Maybe we just go face. 9k, 9k. So use the 2k counter that time. Okay, another 2k counter. Alright, so we're getting 2k counters out of their hand, which is nice, considering they only need to use 1ks. Yeah, block with that one. And end the turn. So we've got 2k, 2k, 1, 1. We've got some decent counters, and they're down to 2 cards in hand, but of course. Oh, you gotta be kidding. So they've had 4 of the little brothers in their hand between this turn and last turn. That's a bit rough. Let's not block. Do we counter out of this? What have we got? 2, 7k. This thing can't attack. We're at 9k here. No, we're at 11k, so I'm not going to be able to block that. So we might have to counter out of this one. Okay, play 9k. Yep, kill my other one, sure. Can't counter out of that. Alright. What can we do? We can... They've got no cards in hand, so... It's at 9k though, so we'd have to put 7 Don on Garp, and then that's not enough for our leader. So we're probably in the same boat as last turn where we need to use our leader ability and Garp. We'd hope to find something. Because this Garp's just not going to get through the 9k. Hancock's not going to help us. And there's too many big dudes on this other side of the field. Alright. I never know if I should be using Ace's ability first or playing Garp first. I don't want to use Garp and have the option of 2 brothers and then take and it's the same with leader ability. Alright, well, we found an ace, so we have 1 baby ace left in our deck. So I guess we can, if we need to. So if we play Garp, if we need to, we can Flampe and then play this ace. We got 8, 5, plus 1. We still just don't have enough to actually get in. So we need to hit a baby ace off of this. Nope. We don't have a Hiyori, so we can't swap the card on the top of our life with a... Guess we could play a blocker ace. Just hard cast it. Leaves us with 2 Don. It can, but then it doesn't leave me with enough Don to actually attack through, because the leader's at 9k. So if I play Flampe, that puts me at 6 Don. Ace cost me 5. So I think I take this ace. So then I can... Yeah, I do, but I don't have any way to get that. I needed to hit a baby ace off of this, which there's only 1 left in my deck. So the odds of that were pretty low. I can play Flampe. Well, Flampe can take, I guess, could take the bottom of my life and draw me a card. I'm running out of time here. Yeah, I didn't have enough to get these 2 dudes both to 9k. Alright, let's just... I'm going to run out of time anyway. So let's use this. Let's take the bottom of our life. Just in case it's something... I guess we can do this. Oh, here we go. Okay. I think that gets us there. Because we're at 9k here. Did we just rip it off the top? With the Flampe? We got there. Wow. Find the line, people. With 1:40 left on the clock. Our opponent has 14 minutes left on the clock. Oh, here we go. Our opponent's salty. All 4 aces in the top 20 cards. It definitely was not the top 20 cards. I churned through my deck a lot. So I looked at 5 from this multiple times. I played that. How do I make this bigger? 2 Garps. So there's 15. So there's 15 cards just in that. I activated this I don't know, maybe 5 times. So there's 25 cards. So I've, yeah, basically churned through my entire deck. That was pretty fluky at the end there. Like I dug 5 from five from my leader, didn't see the baby. 5 from Garp, didn't see it, and then the 5 from the event got us there. We'll get a second, and yeah, we can keep that. So this is alternate win con. They are milling themselves, winning the game that way. That's literally all I know about Nami. Well, let's just roll out. Let's roll out a Luffy here. Got a blocker. Draws a card. Oh, I've got another Luffy. Cool. We have hit a Luffy. Very good. Yeah, we'll probably just play out the other Luffy, I think. I sense your sarcasm, Joffrey Beaver. I know people don't like playing against Nami. It seems like a deck that I would like to play. I'm just going to ignore everything they're doing. Drawing cards and whatever. Down to 32. Alright, we've got an ace. This is nice. Alright, we're set up quite well here. If we had a Hiyori here, we could double, double activate our leader here, but alright, well, we had a whiff, and none of these cards are any way to take a card off the top of my library, off the top of my life, so, yeah, if I had a Hiyori there, would have been nice, but we don't, so I think I just, okay, our opponent has decided that they got better things to do. Just a whole bunch of recycling from the trash. No, we don't. We don't keep a hand that looks like that. Ugh. That is also gross. And we're going first. Okay. That's a good draw. But black has a lot of characters that kill creatures with low cost, or kill characters with low cost, so I don't think I want to play this here. I think I just want to don up my leader and attack. Don't want to leave my ace. Don't want to leave my ace exposed. Careful how you say that. No trigger. Alright. Can we find an ace? Alright, we've got a blocker ace. That's fine, we'll take that. Let's put the 2Ks on top. Play the ace. Pop. Deploy. Cards on bottom. I don't really want so many aces in my hand. I don't have a brother to set up, so I think I'm actually going to put these on the bottom. Don this dude up and attack 10k. Sakazuki. Ouch. There goes my blocker. Didn't attack me. Okay, interesting. Ah, we found another baby ace, so that's good. Alright, so we do have a Hiyori and another ace in hand, and we've got the Don to do it, so we can put a Satori on top. That order looks good. Then we can play this. Use the action, take the top of the life, put an ace on top, which does go face down, which is extremely handy, but we're still going to use it this turn. Oops. Don't need to tap my mana. It does it automatically. Deploy that. Crack that. Let's get jiggy. Pudding would be nice. If we can draw one of those off the top, would be fantastic. What have we got? We've got quite a lot of 2k counters in our hand. 6k to 7k. Okay, so reducing the cost of my ace, then they're going to play something which is going to KO my dude. Yep. So hard to keep them on the field. Rekka brings back something else as well from memory. Moria in the trash. Trash 5 cards from the top of your deck. I feel like Cracker would like this black deck. 7k to 7k. I think I'm fine to take. Kind of want to be at 2 life. Ooh, and there's a pudding. And there we go. Now down to 7 now, though. Alright, we've got 9 done. I think we just play out the pudding first. I don't think it matters in a sequencing. We want to play the pudding before we start attacking. Nami just conceded. Pudding is fun. We've got no little brothers in hand and no way to find any, which is not good. We don't have enough left for Hancock. Can probably just don up our Hiyori. Kill this thing, I guess. Maybe kill the Sakazuki as well. Yeah, I feel like this matchup would be hard. Got no way of doing anything good. Don't know if I probably don't even want to do this. Have them putting more extra things in their trash. We did just putting them. Get rid of Rebecca. Yeah, this hand is. Oh, and then what the heck just happened there? Your opponent has 6 more cards in their hand. Trash 2 cards from your opponent's hand. Okay, so is that at random? It must be. Doesn't specify that it's at random, but doesn't say your opponent chooses 2 cards and trashes them. It sucks so much when you don't get to trigger your leader and you're just a pleb 5k leader like everyone else. It's fine, we can go down to 1. So it is random. This art just reminds me of Ursula from Little Mermaid. It's got those vibes. I cracked a an alternate art one of these as well. Currently on eBay if you want to go and buy it. All right, we're on 10 Don. This is just not looking good at all. Like $40, I think. Something like that. Yeah, this is just garbage. We are just not going to get anywhere with this hand. If we go blocker ace, Lampe, pick up the ace, play the blocker ace. Yeah, it's just not. This is not going our way this game. Flampe. Draw pudding. 7 Don. So I guess we can 9k. Just going to lose to this Isho, so we probably need to kill Sakazuki, or try to. I've actually started watching the show again, just as like a background show. I thought it was up to like episode 100 and something, but it turns out it wasn't. I was up to like 76 or something. So I think I might be at like 85 or 90 now. Oh, okay, cool. What episode's that? What sort of area? Of the 1,000+ episodes. 178, geez. You've gone hard. Yeah, I've only just met Tony Chopper. Get a guide where you skip all the filler episodes. Okay, send me that. Send it to me, because yeah, there is just so many episodes. What are we waiting for here, opponent? One Piece filler list. Alright, cool. I will have a read of that. Alright, so they let the Sakazuki die. Let's play that. Bottom. I might actually just bottom both these puddings. Now I've got a Luffy. That's helpful, but probably just going to die this turn. They got 10 Don. I've already got a 9k attacker. I'm just at 5k. So it's just attack here, Don this up, Don this up. I've got 2k encounters in my hand. That's it. So we're just dead. Are you going to wipe my board? Ugh, and there goes my blocker. Yeah, you got that. Oh, well, there's these two little fellas were just having a snooze. They've decided to come in nice and late. Let's counter that one. Just don up your leader and attack me. Here we go. You got it. Alright, we lost. What I'm finding as an issue with this deck, and that's why it hasn't put up any good top results recently. Like, it's not even showing up at all in meta things, so I just don't know if it is actually powerful enough. But like I said at the start, I don't know if that's just I don't know the format enough or whatever. But yeah, I just feel like so much of what you're doing is relying on hitting these dudes, and if you don't hit them, you just kind of do nothing. You don't have any big bombs. You're not playing Gecko Moria and chaining things together. You're not doing you're very rarely doing the double turns that the black yellow Luffy deck is doing. So yeah, just kind of feel like it's not quite enough, which it might be at some point. Like you just sort of need more. You're never gonna. I don't think you're ever gonna get more of these or ways to find them. I think we've got enough of that, but it's, I don't know. Maybe we get some better, like a good 5-cost Luffy, or if there is, it mustn't be very good because people never. No, so there's no 5-cost blue Luffy. So maybe we get a blue 5-cost Luffy at some point and fits in the deck well, then that might be good. But yeah, I feel like at the moment the black decks are just better. Yeah, maybe if Moria gets hit, then that hits the Lucci decks, I think. The Moria deck, obviously. The black yellow Luffy, which then changes up the meta. But I enjoy it. It's a fun deck. I think I tend to struggle against this deck. Yeah, we can keep that. When does OP08 release for English? Is it like end of August? September? So playing against Bonney, so I think we can just roll out Luffy here. September. Yeah, so if there is a JP ban this weekend or next week, it'll be Monday. Monday's the 12th. Then it's not that long until we get the ban, I assume, if it comes with OP08. What the heck is this dude? Dellinger. End of your turn, set up to one of your Dawners active. That's right. That's what Bonney does. Rests my dudes. Okay, so let's see what we find. We're not down to 2 life yet. We've got a Luffy on the field, so let's just take a Luffy. Do we want to take a Luffy and just kill this dude? This seems pretty annoying, to be honest. I can't. I'm not down to 2 life. Yeah, sometimes it works really good. It just feels like you're, pretty early on, you're able to develop a board and be attacking in with a large leader. And then other times it just doesn't work. Take that. Yeah, the black version's got to get down to 0 life to use its leader effect. But then, if it can survive till then, by then you've got a bunch of Dawn and... yeah, then it can get the double turns. Ace can't attack next turn. Ugh. Arlong, I know that dude. Attacking 5k into my 6k. Interesting. Yeah, it said, oops. Sure. Well, that dude's gonna die. So I think we still do our leader ability. We've got a Luffy in hand, so we can hit another Rocket Luffy. So we're going to play this. Yeah, so maybe we just concentrate on killing this thing. Oh, okay. Opponent has had enough. We win. Sure, I'll play Nami. They're going second. We do not keep a hand like that. Oh, yeah, I guess, sure. Yeah, this hand is not looking good. Basically just donning up. I mean, we could play out the ace. Yeah, maybe we do that. Let's don up our leader and then just play the ace. Counter, counter. Sure. How quick can Nami churn through the deck? Blocker. Alright, so we've got Hiyori, so we can reset the top of our deck. We've got Luffy's and Aces in hand, so it's not too bad. We're not down on life. Got an ace on the field, so yeah, we probably just take ace. Do we just don up this ace and attack first? Maybe we do. Are there any characters that kill when they're defending? That have like a death touch? I know there's like banish, but that's your life that goes to whatever. But are there like death touch creatures? Blocker? Nothing? Alright, interesting. Yeah, I do like that you can just attack in and not worry about if they counter out that your character dies, but it does leave you exposed to then get killed the next turn. Playing out blockers, what are we down to? 34. That's not a low amount. Alright, so we're probably just putting a Satori on the top here and then changing it for one of these dudes. And just don up, I guess, and attack. Let's put a Luffy on top. $8K into $5K. And then we just put another couple of Don on our leader. Would have been really nice to have had a little one of these dudes. You can't, even though I've put a card on top of my life and I know what that is, I can't, like in tournament play, I can't look at that card again, even though it is known information. Countering out. We've only got them down to 4. We're not getting through this very quickly. Pudding would be nice. What are we at? 9 Don next turn. We just have nothing. I guess we can put something on top and then flampe it. We know we've got Russia Ace, I think. Is that what we put on the top? But we're still on 5 life. So maybe we have to start churning through. Flampe's going to draw us a card, I guess. Jeez. Hancock doesn't help us. Just getting nowhere. I mean, we can put 5 on Hiyori. So this deck plays a lot of events, doesn't it? Whole lot of cards that say draw a card. Yeah, Cracker would definitely like this deck. In fact, I like this deck. Does it have the stigma, like if you play at a tournament where people sit down opposite you and just go, "Ugh, you're playing Nami"? Or do people not mind that much? Buff, buff, buff. People hate Nami, okay. Alright. So don't be that guy. We've just been bashing their face and just getting nowhere. We've taken 1 life off of them. Yep, just blue decks. Blue decks doing blue deck things. It's the same in every game. Down to 23, okay. And they're still on 4. I don't think we're winning this game. This hand is just... I need to start playing some of these. I think we're just going to have to play this Boa just to get an 8k on the board. Pudding? And they've got 6. Is pudding worth it on 6? We're on 10 Don. Have no little brothers. So we could go pudding and Boa. Just to start going wide, start putting on some pressure, maybe. Yeah, whatever. Take that. Put some cards back in their library. 4k buff. Alright, there's another blocker. And another one. That would have been nice for our Bell Hancock. That is an ugly looking Gloriosa Elder Nyan. Oh, now they've got a bunch of dudes. Sounds like my daughter's dying upstairs. Alright. We finally got something. Let's pop this off. Oh, you've got to be kidding. Where are these little brothers? We've seen 2 of them. Sure. They're probably all in here. Well, let's just see what you want to do and start forcing in some attacks here. White Snake. Yeah, so 4 cards in hand, but down to only 1 Don. We've got 1 blocker. So we could play little Luffy, pop the blocker. Or we can just attack in with a bunch of dudes. So this is a permanent. So we're sitting at 7k now. Okay, interesting. I don't know where that came from. Must have missed whatever card it was that did that. Ah, it's for this turn, plus up to plus 1k for this turn. Okay. 17 cards in deck. Got 9 Don. 11k. Okay. So we're at 7k. So they're tapped out. There's the blocker. I'm doing okay. Oh. 6 Don. So we could put. We don't have enough to pump anything else good. Maybe we just play this dude. Yeah, that was a weird turn. So all their counters replace themselves. Their Pumpy Dude, draw cards. Yeah, I do remember that, but yeah. Maybe I should just play a chain of Hioris next turn. They're down to 10. Alright, we're going to Garp. No blocker, 3 cards in hand. Actually, we have. I think we still have the ace on the top. So maybe we play the Gar first. Whatever. Not that ace gets to attack. Maybe we just bin the Garp. And just push through a bunch of big attacks here. We got 5. If we make this 7. If we make this, if we attack 7, 8, 8, 9. Don't think we're going to win this, but we are trying. Didn't get another attack through. Okay. Goodness me. Just buff, buff, buff. Love, love, beam. Okay. Sure. Don't think we're going to get there. Six cards. If they got a couple of Kayas or whatever, like they're going to churn through. When your deck reaches 0 cards, you win. Okay. So they can bounce this. Is this my turn or their turn? This is still my turn. Sorry, I didn't end my turn. Draw 2. Down to 2. I mean, you've got 6 cards in here. There's no way you can't draw 2 cards. So that draws 1. Puts this at 1. You got 2 cards. Just playing it all main phase. Okay, that doesn't draw a card. Oops. Attacking for 5k. Counter that. There is no way that they don't have a way to draw 2 cards here. No chance. There we go. They got there. All right, cool. What is this? Utah. Okay, interesting. Let's mull that. We are going second. No, that's okay. Yeah, it's a little bit like that. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, mate. It's good fun. We'll catch up sometime to play in the real life. I'm assuming I don't want to play this. Looks like they've probably got ways to kill my dudes, so think we're just ending the turn. Yeah, hopefully the next couple of weeks will be good. Can go and do some locals. Just depends if my missus is working on Thursday, because she doesn't get home till about 7ish. Actually gonna play this. Oh, okay. We've got two brothers here, so let's see if we can actually hit something. Here we go. Luffy. Hit a Luffy. That's nice. $5K into my 5K. You know what? Okay, shrinking my dude. Sure. Yeah, I got no idea what this deck's doing. Well, we're not down to 2 life, which is a bit annoying. But we do have an ace. Probably should have trashed. Probably should have used this dude's ability first to have dropped our life down to 2. So that if we hit ace, we could have been all good. Because this is when this dude enters on play. So it's not going to trigger. So he won't have rush, which is a bit annoying. Let's get aggressive. Counter. So yeah, next turn we probably, if we don't lose a life here, I'm happy to lose a life here, would be fantastic. Then we probably use this dude's ability first. Make it bigger, get us down to 2 life, and draw a card. Then we can use our leader ability and Garp. If we don't find anything off this, we can Flampe. I'm gonna shrink my dude. 7 to 4K. Yeah. I can't counter out of that. That's way too much. It's annoying. Ruins our plans. Just keep recycling these blockers. It's interesting. Alright, so we are not down to 2 life, so we don't have the Russia online. And of course, we find Russia Ace. That's annoying. Guarantee we'll also find a little dude. No, we don't. Okay, interesting. So let's take that. So let's floppy. Take that. Find another gap. So maybe we just don up here. Gap next turn. Yeah, makes this harder to kill with the leader's ability. Yeah, never seen this deck before. Just keep recycling all their blockers. Marco. Okay, up to one of your opponents carries 3k power or less. Shanks as well. Jeez, okay. Yeah, I can counter that. Now you're just gonna attack. Yeah. I think I kind of want to counter out of this. I have so little counters in my hand. I have to use 3 cards, which is super rough, but sets me up much nicer for next turn. Let's do it. It's the last game. What do we got to lose? I'm gonna don up your Utah and attack as well. Yep. Alright. They really wanted the dude gone. Okay, it's gone. We just burned a ton of cards. There's the blocker again. Yeah, that was not a good turn sequence set. One blocker, 4 cards in hand. We've got no... We can try and find something with a Garp. Could kill the blocker with a Luffy. Ugh, gross. And we can't kill anything with the Luffy because we're not on 2 life. We are still on 3 life. So we're actually just doing nothing. These dudes don't have rush. Wowzers. That's not good. Maybe we just force in some attacks with these dudes. We've got 8. So if we go 6k, maybe 5k, 6k, 7k. $2k counter. So I used a 2k on the 1k. There's another 2k. Use up the blocker. Alright, they're hanging on. Can you just attack me now? Just take my life away. I've got 2 aces just sitting here ready to go. Just knock me down to 1 or even 0. Get rid of your stupid blocker. Sure. Ooh, 9k rush. Attacking in for 6k. This thing's at 7, so I have to be careful to not die. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to have to counter out of one of these. Guess it doesn't matter which one. Maybe we resolve that. No, we can use that and put the blocker on the bottom. That's handy. Sure. Attack my face. Yep. KO's a 4 or less. That doesn't help. We can KO that. Might as well. We're not gonna. Yep. Alright, so we've got 2 rushes in hand. I think we can win this. So if we attack, and then we just play these 2 dudes, we should be able to. Yep, 1 counter. Okay, cool. Alright, we got there. Nice. Alright, well that was good fun. Yeah, quite enjoying a bit of One Piece, so yeah, likely do a few more of these streams. Yeah, can whiff a little bit, and sometimes this kind of feels like it's not quite doing enough, especially if you have a couple of turns where you don't hit the sequence of cards that you need. Yeah, like the biggest, yeah, you've got 2 Hancocks that are 8Ks, and that's it. You kind of don't have any big hammers. I've seen a couple of lists that are playing like Kaidos or big, the 10 cost aces and things like that. So maybe that's an option, but kind of don't really have the room for it. So anyway, thanks for hanging out, and keep an eye out for more One Piece content coming up in the near future. Thanks. Bye.